Girl, you make me break out. Maybe break.
Hi guys, so this morning Scott posted up a reasonably good observation about how when we try to break out the puck we have a tendency to try and pass it across two lines, try to force it and generally make things quite hard on ourselves. I just wanted to expand on it a bit. I feel that this is an area that doesn't get spoken about a lot, especially at our level, and so I just wanted to try and give a few pointers and a few examples. So let me quickly explain what we've got here. The green is us, and the black dots obviously represent the other team. What we've got is it's a fairly typical situation here where the D has recovered the puck in the corner, and then we're going to see kind of a mistake that we see a lot of inexperienced teams make. Obviously, you get the puck, and the first thing that happens is everybody just flies on out of the zone, and we're left in a situation like this. Sometimes the other D-man also goes as well, and yeah, looks familiar, right? What tends to happen next is that the forechecker that's left in the zone here tends to activate and then start pressuring the D, and then we're left with really kind of like three not ideal choices. Option one is we try and make this pass up the boards here, and so trying to make a 40-50 foot pass here. That doesn't tend to go too well. Option two is we chuck it up the middle, and that that invariably will get picked off by the guy in the middle, and so we give away a breakaway. Or option three, and this is the right decision in this case, is that the D-man has no option but to chuck it behind the goal, and invariably that will then be picked off again by the man standing in the middle of the ice there. So how can we do this better then? Let's take this back to our original example. Let's first we're going to take the other team out of the equation first, and then I want to talk about two basic concepts that are really important. Yeah, the first one, as Scott touched on in his post, is the one-line pass rule. What I mean by that is that when we're trying to pass in our zone and when we're trying to pass the puck, really we only want it to try and cross one line. We don't want it to be making these passes like this to the opposite blue line or up the boards. We don't want to make those 40-50 foot passes because they don't come off. We want to. Everyone on our team is capable of making a short, sharp pass, and those are going to be the high percentage plays, and that's what we want to really encourage. The second concept I want to talk about, and one that's really integral to our basic breakout and any kind of strategy in our own end, is the idea of the safe zone. The safe zone is the area behind the goal. Unless the opposition physically has the puck in there, you're unlikely to find an opposition player standing in that area. And so what that means is when we recover the puck, if we move the puck into that area, it's going to buy us some time and it's going to enable us to start to set up and get our own breakout moving. So let's talk about our basic breakout then. In most situations, it doesn't matter where we recover the puck, be it by the hash marks or in the corners, we're going to want to try and get it back to our D, and then we're going to try and want to move it into the safe zone like so we can start to get set up on our breakouts. What's going to happen next, or hopefully going to happen next, is our wingers are going to recognize that we've recovered the puck, and what they're going to do is they're going to curl deep down low, and they're going to curl up their respective wings. So the right wing's going to come down the bottom of the circle and start to head up the ice. It's important that they come down deep because it's going to give the D a much shorter and much easier pass. Next, our puck carrier is going to have to make a decision about which direction he wants to go. So he might look up and he might have some pressure coming from his left-hand side, and so he might decide to move out to the right here. Our forwards are going to be paying attention to this decision because the centre is going to step across to the side the D steps out, and the winger on the opposite side is going to cut across into the middle. much with like the wingers' cuts, the centre's going to drop down deep to give defense an easy option. And the reason the other winger pops into the middle here is if this breaks down, it means we've now got coverage in the high slot, so we're covering our asses there. Cool. So yeah, at this point then, our wingers have dropped deep and have curled up. The D has made a decision and is moving the puck out to one side, and then our forwards have stepped across. Simply, what's going to happen next then is the D is going to play a short pass to the stick of the near side winger. Our centreman and our other side winger by this point have started to turn up ice. So this then simply becomes either a very short touch pass into the path of the centreman, or if the options on the right winger can go ahead and hit the other winger, which should be going full pelt now, into the neutral zone. And there you go. We're out of our zone and transitioning up the ice and ready to go on the attack. We've not made any long passes. We've done short, sharp passes, and within a few seconds, we've gone from the puck in the corner in our own zone to crossing the red and about to gain the zone at their end. So cool, yeah. Just to recap everything we've just covered off then, and to show you what the breakout will look like when everything's happening at once. So first things first, obviously we're going to recover the puck and we're going to try and move it into our safe zone behind the goal. Whilst that's happening, our wingers are going to recognise we've recovered the puck and they're going to curl down deep, down the bottom of circles and start to head up ice. At this point, our puck carrier is going to make a decision. Are we going left or are we going right? In this case, we're going right, so he's going to step out towards the right. Our winger and centreman are going to recognise this and step across as support. The centre is going to curl down deep to give the defenseman some support if he's got pressure, and the opposite side winger is going to step into the middle, just so that if it breaks down, we've got that coverage and we've got a man in the slot to help out. From there, what's going to happen is the defender with the puck is going to release it off to our winger on the boards. He then has the option to either touch it into the path of the centreman or pass it straight on to the winger who's now streaking up ice through the middle. At this point, whilst it's happening, our defensemen are also now following up the play just to give us some support from behind. And our left winger who now has the puck is now charging into the opposition zone and driving out wide to try and take the D out there. Then we'll come around the circle, and he's then got the option to either bang a pass into the centreman who's crashing in, or the winger's also coming down the other side for an easy tap in. And that's basically it. It's a pretty actual simple concept. If you guys have any questions at all, just post them up in the group or message me directly. I love talking about this. I'll talk about it all day. So if you have any questions or want any further explanations, just give us a shout and I'm more than happy to help. Cheers.